I remember my daughter once followed instructions so precisely that when I said, after helping her to undress in the bathroom, I said, "Jump in the bath." By the time I blinked, she was flying into the water and water was splashing out. Luckily, she didn't slip or hurt herself. My heart stopped and taught me to never say jump in the bath ever again. You see, literal obedience isn't always safe or helpful.
Parenting Unplugged is a raw, real, and refreshing take on modern parenting without the filters, sugarcoating, or guilt.
Hello, rule-questioning parents, obedience-fatigued caregivers, and anyone who ever thought, I don't want a perfectly obedient child. I want a child who can think for themselves, ideally without yelling at me. Welcome back to Parenting Unplugged, the podcast where we admit that raising future adults is a lot more complicated than just getting kids to do what we say at the first time. I'm your host, Tia Grace, and today's episode is one of my favorites because it's all about the big picture. Raising resilient kids. Teaching problem solving instead of obedience. Because here is the thing. Blind obedience is convenient now, but it doesn't help your child to navigate peer pressure, stand up for themselves, think critically, or problem solve when life throws curveballs. So, today we are going to unpack the difference between compliance and resilience. Talk about how to raise kids who solve problems instead of freeze or follow. Let's start with the obvious. Yes, we all want our kids to listen. But obedience on autopilot? That's not the goal. The Gentle Parenting book puts it simply. The goal is cooperation, not control. Teaching a child to do what's right, not what they are told. Why? Because compliant kids may struggle with boundaries later. They may not question unsafe or unfair requests. They may please others at their own expense. No Bad Kids book by Janet Lansbury echoes this. We are raising humans, not robots. Children need to internalize limits, not just follow them out of fear. I remember my daughter once followed instructions so precisely that when I said, after helping her to undress in the bathroom, I said, "Jump in the bath." By the time I blinked, she was flying into the water and water was splashing out. Luckily, she didn't slip or hurt herself. My heart stopped and taught me to never say jump in the bath ever again. You see, literal obedience isn't always safe or helpful. So, what does resilience actually mean? According to No Drama Discipline book, resilience is emotional flexibility, problem solving, bouncing back after setbacks, managing challenges without melting down or giving up. It's not always being cheerful, never needing help, saying yes just to avoid conflict. The Explosive Child book takes it even deeper. Challenging behavior is a result of lagging cognitive skills. The solution is not more pressure. It's collaborative problem solving. And here is where it gets powerful. The more your child is part of solving the problem, the more ownership and resilience they build. Let's get practical. Here are 5 ways to raise problem solvers, not just rule followers. Number 1, involve them in the solution. The Explosive Child book calls this Plan B. So step 1, emphasize. I see this is hard, for example. Step 2, share your concern. For example, we still need to leave on time. Step 3, collaborate. For example, any ideas how we can make this easier next time? It's not caving, it's coaching. Number 2, ask curious questions instead of lecturing. For example, what do you think went wrong? What could we try instead? Or how did that make your friend feel? This builds awareness and empathy. Number 3, encourage effort, not just outcome. The Gentle Parenting book reminds us that resilience grows through trying again. Say things like, you worked so hard to figure that out. You didn't give up. You come up with a really thoughtful solution. Well done. Number 4, stay calm when they fail, because obviously they will a lot. And if we swoop in or scold every time, they stop trying. Resilience is built in those moments when they fail, and we don't rescue, we support. Number 5, let them solve low-stakes problems. You can say something like, you are out of glue. What can you do instead? Your sibling is upset. How can we fix it together? Or, you forgot your shoes. What's our plan? Start small. It pays off big. I remember my child once solved a sibling conflict by offering her sister a raisin. She threw it. Then she offered the second one and she said, always offer a backup raisin. Honestly, she's not wrong. Let's recap. Obedience is easy, but it's not the goal. Resilience is messy, loud, and full of problem solving. Involve your kids in solutions, and they'll surprise you. The more they practice thinking through challenges, the stronger they grow. Thank you for tuning in for Parenting Unplugged. If this episode helped you feel less like a drill surgeon and more like a coach, share it with another parent who is ready to raise thinkers, not just blind followers. Next week, we'll talk about what to do when siblings fight. Teaching conflict resolution without losing your mind. Because, let's face it, the living room shouldn't feel like a boxing ring. Until then, stay curious, stay creative, and keep surviving. You got this. See you soon. Bye.
Let's ditch the perfection and embrace the realness of parenting unplugged. New episodes every week. See you soon.